Alright, so it's now been another week since the last time I was working on these guys. Between my son being sick, my wife being sick, and me being sick, I haven't gotten all that much done. So I'm going to try to get back into it now and hopefully get some more work done on these not marines, one of these? Walks. Some more of these walks. Okay, seeing as though we have to redo all of this, I'm going to do the Sunburst Ochre into the highlight. I want the demonic yellow to be the main one, into the highlight of Space Dust, and then obviously a final touchy touch of Ice Yellow. So at this point I've realised I've probably gone a little bit overboard on the yellow. Didn't leave enough. I might have to redo some of the shadowing, especially like under his chest plate a little bit, because I wanted it to be yellow. I wanted to make sure the yellow popped, but it might just be like over here is not too bad. Like under there you can kind of see if I've left some good enough shadow, but yeah, I just need to redo some of the shadows and just sort of wash it back in again. God damn it. Alright, so the yellow's finally done. Oh god, it's not like, I mean, some of them definitely look better than others. I'm a little disappointed in some, like this one. You know, it's fine, turned out okay, but I think I could have done better. Some of them are just, I kind of seemed to forget what non-metallic metal was halfway through doing it, and then kind of remembered on this last guy, and I mean, I don't know. It's not as good as I would have liked, but it's turned out better than, I guess, some of the other jobs I've done. But it's fine. Now, I was going to be doing non-metallic metal on all these other metal parts, but then it takes so fucking long. So I think I'm just going to do real metallics on these, because I'm just sick of painting these guys at this point. For the metals, I'm just going to do death metal on some of the stuff. See how that turns out, and everything else I'm just going to do in heavy metal. Basically just using the dry brush to stipple it all on. I found this seems to be the easiest way to do it, because you end up leaving a little bit of the brown in and around the edges, which just kind of looks like rust if it's the right colour brown. So that makes it nice and easy. And then I just highlight everything using shining silver. Just mix two together and dab that on in the certain places in the topper parts, and that, yeah, comes out like that. I find that's a much faster way than actually trying to do heavy highlights. It makes it look like you've done more than you actually have. So, at least from, you know, the table stand, you're not going to win any awards your minis like this, but hey, if you just want to get something on the table, this can, yeah, make a little bit of this goes a really long way. I decided to just do all the cabling in a really dark green, because obviously these two guys don't have a lot of actual skin, or have no skin on them, so I've just done a little bit of a spot of midnight olive and then just highlighted it quickly with camouflage green, just so that they still have the green on them despite not having any skin. All of the little ropey things are just grey castle with a highlighted brain matter beige. Nice and easy. I mean, if I've been able to actually keep the really dark brown, the beigey brown on everything and not go over it when I did the sponging, then probably would have only needed one highlight to make this work, but because I ruined it nice and early, it means I have to do it twice. And then obviously I'm just finishing everything up with a pigment mix, dark red ochre. Just gonna mix that together with some of the rust tone and then yeah, spread it around, and then once that's dried, just going to dust back over it again to try and make sure the pigment stands out a bit better. So there we go. It's 300 points of Orcs for OPR. That took way too long. Hopefully with the 3.5 update they don't change everything and then make this army obsolete. I don't mind it. I did end up doing this little glow effect up here. It's just white with a little bit of the army painted green glow effect stuff. I don't think the yellow is a convincing non-metallic metal, like, at all. I got a little bit too caught up in the ochre and stuff. Like, I was annoyed with this guy halfway through because I'm like, oh, I don't know if it's coming up. I think I should have swung more towards this and just gone more yellow and not really bothered so much with trying to do non-metallic metal with the shine and everything else. Like, on some of these guys, I think, like, on their pauldrons and stuff, it's come up okay. Like, on their shoulders. But otherwise, I think the big winner out of this thing for me is their skin. I think the green skin, like on all the guys that did the green skin on, I think that actually came out really well. I don't know if you can really tell from there, maybe a bit closer, but like, yeah, no, here, focus here. I'm pretty happy with how the green skin turned out. It was just some random colours that I threw together. I do want to try put some kind of symbol on their flag at some point, but I'm not very good at freehanding, so see how that goes. Anyways, yeah, so it took me 2 weeks to get this done. Hopefully the next one doesn't take too long, but I'm thinking I want to try do some cloaks on some dwarf models I have, so some kit bashing. I've done cloaks before, so it shouldn't be too difficult, but I haven't done this type of cloak specifically, but because I want it to kind of drag around. But I want to put on the dwarves for my Iron Warriors just to make them stand out. Because I know that currently OPR is putting out fantasy dwarves, but I don't really like the minis. That's, you know, I like my ones from Artisan Guild more. So yeah, gonna try kit bash them and move on to something in fantasy, just so I can keep hopping between each thing. See what happens. Bye.